We are going to talk about Chevys today. I got my Chevy hat on.
I love it.
This is about to be real. Let's see. Article is from GM Authority. The GMC Sierra, 5 changes and improvements we'd like to see. So I'm just going to include the Chevy Silverado and the Sierras,
hmm
the same, it's just the same truck. So here we go. This one change that they want is a bigger sunroof. I don't know why you need that. Do you agree with that, Dane?
That's the number one thing you wish was changed. This seems like
That's
a pretty petty list already, but go ahead.
yeah, I think that's ridiculous.
The sunroof ain't big enough. Trucks don't even need sunroofs. It's a truck.
I know. I
Get
don't know
out of
why you
here.
need a sunroof at all. It's just going to leak one day.
Yeah, if you want a big old SUV, get one of those. This is a truck.
I don't know, right? The article states we'd like to see GM introduce an oversized or dual pane sunroof executed in much the same way as the one in the aforementioned Tundra. What we'd rather not see is an oversized fixed sunroof, one that doesn't open or slide without a sunshade. What I don't know who wrote this article, but I don't need a sunroof at all, and I agree with Dane.
Yeah.
All right, number 2, maybe this is a little better. 10-speed transmissions across the board. They are saying GM made several improvements to the 8-speed transmission, which they're saying was problematic at one point anyway.
Yep.
But we'd much rather see the 8-speed go away entirely and the newer and less problematic 10-speed to take over. Dane, what do you think? Do you like the 8-speed better or the 10-speed?
Yeah, I hear lots of good things about the 10-speed. I agree with that. And this should definitely be above the sunroof thing. So maybe these
Yeah,
aren't in order.
yeah, exactly. But what do you think? How long has the 10-speed been out?
Uh, 4 or 5 years now, 3 years.
And there's less problems
It,
than that?
it's probably going to go to where they're all 10 speeds here eventually. Um, it's just a matter of time.
But it's less problems in the 10-speed?
Yeah, less problems on the 10 speed than the 8 speed. The 6 was pretty good too, but I don't know if you can still get that anymore. It might just be the 8 and 10.
All right. So yeah, we'll go with that's a good looking one too. Look at that.
hmm
I like that one.
Yeah, sharp.
Yeah. But all right, so yeah, 10 speed, we like that.
Oh my God, just shut up already with your fuel economy in a pickup truck.
Better fuel economy from the base engine. They're saying the turbocharged 2.7-liter inline 4-cylinder engine could be better, and that's putting it mildly. By comparison, the same size engine, albeit with 1 or 2 more cylinders, in the Ford F-150 delivers noticeably better fuel economy on the highway.
hmm
All right, well, why are we worried about what Ford is
Right.
doing?
Why are we worried about that?
Full of
Hey,
problems right
hey,
now.
guess what? Person that wrote this, I don't know who it is.
Uh,
It takes a certain amount of horsepower to move a vehicle at a certain speed.
mhm.
It doesn't matter what displacement your engine is. It takes a certain amount of heat energy, in the form of burnt fuel to make that horsepower. So why do you think it doesn't change the fuel economy much if you go between a 2.7-liter turbocharged engine or a 6.2-liter naturally aspirated engine?
All right. I think so. Let's look at this graph. I know what you're saying, Dana, and I
hmm
agree with that. But they are looking at the Ford F-150 with a 10-speed automatic
hmm
transmission, and it gets 25 miles per gallon on the highway, and the Sierra gets 22 miles per gallon on the
hmm
highway with an 8-speed transmission. So maybe if they took the advice of the second wish of getting the 10-speed,
Yep.
then
There's
that would go up.
There's other things that can factor in here too. Tire size, tire inflations, ride heights, drag coefficients. You're not looking at axle gear ratio too. So if you're in
Yeah, that's true.
highway, the last final drive gear and the 8-speed transmission and 10-speed transmission are probably the same. But if the axle ratio is a little bit different, you could be running a little more RPM or a little less.
Oh, that's a good point.
There's some different tunings that can go on here, and we're still looking at small marginal differences.
Yeah,
If you're going to pick one vehicle over the other because of a 3 to 4 mile a gallon difference,
it's like 3 miles per gallon at the most.
whatever.
Yeah, who cares?
Exactly, it's a truck. Get the V8 because you're going to want the horsepower anyways.
Yeah, yeah. Well, There are a few people who could be okay with the 2.7 liter four cylinder. Like for example, this guy I used to work with doing construction. He had a six-cylinder Silverado, but like he just wanted it for the bed size, and he wanted a little bit better miles per gallon. And he was never going to tow anything because
Hmm.
he don't have a trailer. And his friend who's owned a construction company had a trailer, and if he ever wanted something, he could borrow his. So he personally didn't need a eight cylinder. So a few people might like that. But
Yeah.
like I was, most people should get the V8, I think.
You're getting a full size truck. Get the motor that was made to have.
Yeah, but Dane, not everybody got money like you, Dane. It's regular people. You know who else could use V8?
And
Who
guess what?
use a V6 truck?
Then buy a used truck with a V8 engine in it.
Well, they get a used truck with a six cylinder or four cylinder too.
Yeah.
This this guy I worked with in construction, he was an electrician,
Hmm.
and he had one of those V6 Ford F-150s, and he loved it. But
Yeah.
like he don't need a whole trailer like electrician. Like they didn't need as many tools as a regular car.
Yeah. And if you do tow with them, they do pretty good. I'd go on fishing trip every spring with a guy who's got one of those Ford trucks with a V6 turbo, and we pull a boat with it, and it pulls great. Does fine. I mean, you can do what the job does, but it still gets about the same fuel economy as the V8 version. So, like I said, it still comes down to it takes about a certain amount of horsepower to do a certain job. That little motor's just got to work a little bit harder, and it's going to end up getting about the same fuel economy anyways.
Yeah, pretty much,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah,
you're cutting hairs.
so these are not bad suggestions so far. We do want the 10 speed, I think.
Yep.
Suggestion number 4, a plug-in hybrid variant. This is what I wanted. Remember we did that video on what your wish list would be for the next generation
Yep.
V8, and I wanted a plug-in hybrid with the V8, but a plug-in hybrid transmission. And they looks like they agree. So they are saying GM is very much well aware of plans to launch its first plug-in hybrid electric vehicles in 2027. We think the Sierra is a prime candidate for the plug-in hybrid treatment, bringing not only better fuel economy, but also onboard electric generator and more power and torque to boot. Yes, I agree. Do you agree, Dane?
Um, Scroll back up a little bit. Oh yeah, never mind. So the plug-in hybrid was a picture above. As I'm looking at the picture below,
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
see the
something else. That's
supercharger. And I was
that's
like, what
number
are we looking at here? Now we're talking my language. Anyways, you want a
5.
plug-in hybrid variant of that truck, whatever, go ahead. It's not for me. But what we're about to look at number 5, it should be number 1.
Okay. All right, let's see. We got a question from Bella. All right, Bella, we will help you in detail. Let's just get to the last one for the Silverado. Then we'll go to Bella's question.
Hmm.
All right, so Dane doesn't want a plug-in hybrid. I do. I would love it. But here we go.
But
Option number
there's
5, supercharger option for the V8. What do you think, Dane? Do you want a supercharger?
why is this not number 1?
Yeah.
Scroll back up. Look at that beauty on there. That's a 3-liter Whipple.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. No, never mind. That's a 2.9-liter Whipple. But dang,
That'll be nice.
that'd be real nice.
That'll be fast, man.
Yep.
Wow. So do let's see. So those superchargers, they help with torque too, right? Not just horsepower.
Instant torque. It's
Yeah.
immediate. It's
Oh.
yeah, right now, and it's throughout the whole power range. Still very very reliable to have something like that on there because they're not going to be running them super hard, but it does open up the potential to run them harder if you want to by changing pulley diameters and a couple other things you could do as well.
So you think let's see, you could make the 5.3 with a supercharger. You think that could be the 2500 select engine instead of the 6.2? Do you
They'll
think
probably
that
still
would
stick with the 6.2, just because it's a little bit stronger engine, but and you want that displacement in that stroke for torque. So I would still stick with that, but yeah, you could do a supercharged 5.3, and you're still going to get a ton more power. 600 horse is really easy to hit with the current base power level, and then adding that Whipple blower on top.
all right, yeah. All right. Well, yeah, that could work. So some of these suggestions are pretty good. They also want better paint quality. Yeah,
Sure.
that could never never go wrong with that. 24-inch wheel option. I don't want that. That's,
Hmm.
then they're
Yeah,
not as comfortable.
it's getting a little big. Yeah, preferably I don't really care for anything bigger than a 20, just because I like the ride comfort. Hell, both my trucks that I drive on a fairly regular basis are 17s. Then the diesel pickups got an 18-inch tire on it
All right.
or
They
wheel.
want extended cabs.
Hmm.
Let's see. They want to bring back the extended cab option with the reverse hinged rear doors. Oh God, I hate those.
Yeah, those are
Well, they
dumb.
make so much noise.
Hmm.
That's my Silverado had that, and I don't. It was always squeaking, and I could hear it. I don't.
Yeah, the full four doors better option.
Yeah, and then they want more colors. Okay, whatever. I guess more colors could help, or cooler colors, maybe. Maybe this red will be nice in this
That's
Cadillac.
pretty cool.
I would like that red. All right. All
Hmm.
right. So it looks like they got it under control. Those are not bad options.